Hi everybody, we're going to have a little chat today about Cuddy and the venting options you have with Cuddy. The question a lot of us have is to vent or not to vent, and that of course is the question. Now, as we all know by now, Cuddy is the most versatile, fully optioned composting toilet in the world. And I'll just have a quick chat about the venting options you have got. So have a look down here in my half-cut open Cuddy, so you can see all the internal workings of Cuddy. Now, this is the 12-volt fan in the back that when it's plugged into 12-volt power, draws about 0.2 of an amp, so it's not going to flatten any of your batteries. When Cuddy comes to you, it is set up that when the fan's running, it is recirculating the air internally through the carbon filter inside of Cuddy. And that's great, it helps with any excess odour. Now, as we all know, after the initial, what I call shock and awe, there's not much excess odour anyway. So that helps with that, it recirculates the air inside of Cuddy. A lot of our customers use it that way. What can happen, depending on what's inside of Cuddy and the temperature outside of Cuddy, sometimes if you're just recirculating the air internally, you can get some moisture buildup on the inside of Cuddy. That's not a problem, it's a bit of condensation. You can wipe it up with a towel or something, a paper towel or something similar. Now, just so you know, some of our customers, that's all they ever do. They just recirculate the air internally. And some of our customers never use the fan at all. I speak to people all the time who just get their Cuddy, they don't even put the carbon filter in, they put it down and they just use it. Cuddy can do that. If you would like to vent Cuddy externally to reduce any excess moisture, Cuddy gives you the option to do that. Now, why is that a good idea sometimes? Well, 70% of what you put in Cuddy is moisture anyway. So the more moisture you get out, the longer you will get out of your solids bin. Again, you don't have to, it doesn't matter, but because Cuddy's versatile, it gives you the option. So let's have a look down here again. As I said, when Cuddy comes to you, it will be set up to recirculate the air internally. If you want to vent Cuddy externally to the unit, you can see down here, and I've undone the screws already, when it comes to you, it's like this. You undo the screws and take that housing off, which holds the filter, and then underneath is this piece here. Now, when it comes to you, the fan pushes the air in there and then up through the carbon filter. And this is one of the design features that I think is the most spectacular about Cuddy. To vent externally, you simply take that out, turn it over, put it back into the unit, put the screws back on there, and now when the fan is running, it pushes the air out the back of the unit. Now, you've now got more options. If you keep your Cuddy portable and you put it outside sometimes, just run power to it when Cuddy is outside, out of your living space. You might put it outside for a couple hours a day, run some power to it, vent it externally, and get rid of any excess moisture. Sometimes I might go for a week or 2 weeks and not vent externally, and not run the fan at all. And then when we get into camp somewhere, we'll put Cuddy outside, we'll plug it in, and we'll vent externally to get rid of any excess moisture. That's the first one if you're keeping Cuddy portable. If you are installing Cuddy in your caravan or camper trailer, whatever it is, and you're installing Cuddy permanently, you can attach some wastewater pipe. This is 22mm wastewater pipe on the back of Cuddy, on the exhaust pipe, and then you can run that to wherever you like. And that just vents outside of the van to get rid of any excess moisture. If you already have a SOG system, if you have a SOG system, you'll know you've got a SOG system, you'll know what it is. You already have the pipe there ready to go. So you can attach the SOG pipe to the back of Cuddy and use that as your venting option. Make sure though that you disconnect the SOG fan and use the Cuddy fan to vent externally. So, they're the options. You need to make sure, if you are venting externally, that you use something to keep the bugs out. If you're using a long pipe, put an old stocking or something on the end of the pipe to keep any bugs out. If you're just venting out into the atmosphere, you'll find on our website that we've got a little Midgie mesh fly screen that fits perfectly in here under the airflow adapter to keep any bugs out. So that's it, everybody. You can choose to vent Cuddy externally, you can choose to recirculate the air internally. You don't even need to use the fan at all if you don't want to. Cuddy gives you the options, and that's why Cuddy is the most versatile, fully optioned composting toilet.